Yo, what's going on, man? Today is March the 23rd, 2023. It's your boy Chris, and this is the ChrisBeCappinn NBA show. I'm live on Twitter right now. I'm also live on YouTube as well. YouTube look like it's glitching a little bit. Not 100% sure what's going on over there. But I'm going to get into the comment section, see if you guys can hear me, see if you guys can see me as well. It looks like I'm frozen just a tad bit, kind of going back and forth. So, we always got a lot to talk about. Yesterday was a big day in the NBA. Quick recap of what we did yesterday. I took the Knicks first half. Plays I gave out on the show yesterday. I took the Knicks first half. They did not get it done. Chicago and Philly was the best bet of the day. Bet US play of the day under 222. Chicago didn't show up in that one. Philly got out to the big lead. I also had Philly on the spread minus the 3.5. So two winners there. Bucks team total over in the first quarter was 33.5. Really like that spot for them. They laid an egg. 3 minutes left, didn't score a basket. It's crazy. You hate to see it, but that's when you're gambling. That's what you're signing up for. Somebody came in yesterday and asked for a lock. I told them no such thing as a lock, and that's exactly what you mean when you say that. I also gave out the Nuggets team total over 117.5, and they got there late. Washington couldn't keep up in the second half, but Nuggets didn't need to score anymore. I'm thankful that they did get there on their team total to go over. So, bunch of winners get given out yesterday. It was at 3-2 overall. Also sprinkled personally on the Bucks first quarter spread. That did not cash because, like I said, they gave up a 6-0 run, I think, or 8-0 run at the end of the first quarter to the San Antonio Spurs. But we hit yesterday. I talked about a couple props that I liked as well. Desmond Bain threes came through. I know Vaughn had talked about Doge yesterday. So overall, it was a pretty good day yesterday. Today we have 4 games on the card, and I got a few looks that I want to share with you guys, kind of give you guys my analysis around why I like them. It'd be nice if I wasn't freezing, man. I don't really like this. I don't like that Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I am doing the Cashed It with Chris podcast, 7 a.m. Eastern time. So I will be back tomorrow for that. If people want to tap in, it's a 10-game slate for tomorrow. Already started looking ahead. See a couple things that I like, but don't got lines for them yet. Also, just got news update from Underdog. Jalen Brunson and Mitchell Robinson are both a game time decision. You hate to see it, man, especially when you only got 4 games. You dive deep into these games. You try to find an angle that you really like, and then 2 key players pop up on the injury report, especially when it's on the second leg of a back-to-back. And the Knicks kind of needing to win this game tonight, coming off 2 straight losses to the Miami Heat last night. And then they also lost their last game at home, of course, to the Minnesota Timberwolves the other day as well. So let's get into the games for today. I'm still kind of freezing up just a tad bit. Hopefully it's not too bad on you guys' end, but I got to figure out what this is and get it corrected. So I'll probably try to do that after the show. Not going to really mess with it too much during the show. So first game up, we do got the Knicks and in the Magic, and you guys know I typically don't really talk about games when it's a lot going on with the injury report. But I did kind of like the Knicks in this spot. I know I was on them in the first half yesterday. They kind of laid an egg. It was a double revenge spot for Miami yesterday, and they came out and played well. Knicks got to figure it out defensively. Back-to-back games are giving up 120 plus points, and we know that this Magic team struggle. They are bottom 5 offensively. Which the Heat, aren't the greatest offensive team either, but the Heat do have a lot more playmakers than the Orlando Magic team do. Orlando's more of a defensive team. A lot of youth. They typically run out of gas in the fourth quarter. Knicks typically start the game off early. So what I had, I did play the Knicks last night. I took them on the money line when they were a -2.5, just because everything I found was so contradicting. The money line at a -2.5 was a -140 is what I played. So this team the Knicks are 7-3 on the second leg of back-to-back games. So them being at the rest disadvantage doesn't, scare me too much. They are also 3-0 straight up and against the spread on the second leg of a back-to-back when they're on the road as well, and 4-0 straight up and against the spread when they're road favorites, facing a team that they've already beaten this season. So I think it's something like 3 times already, 2 or 3 times that the Knicks have already beat the Magic. Also was looking towards the under in this game. So I looked at road favorites on the second leg of back-to-backs, facing an opponent that's more rested than they previously beaten already this season. It's a small sample, but Those games are 9-2 to the under as well. So I like the Knicks in this spot. I couldn't talk anybody off Knicks early because we know that they're a better first quarter, first half team than they are second half. But because the Orlando Magic tend to struggle to close out games, I couldn't talk anybody off looking at the Knicks however they wanted to in this spot. Officially for me, like I said, I did play the money line when they were -2.5. They are -2.5 now, but it's different circumstances. So I'm not telling you guys to bet the Knicks. But if you think the Knicks gonna bounce back in the spot, you probably do want to put that in now. Of course, it's a lot less likely if Jalen Brunson and Mitchell Robinson do end up sitting out for this one. But it's a lot of the Knicks are deep. Isaiah Hartenstein can come in and kind of replace not really replace, but he can do a lot of the things that Mitchell Robinson did. Maybe not offensive rebound, but they can kind of contribute together. Julius Randle probably will step up in this game after taking a step back, which I kind of anticipated yesterday. And if Jalen Brunson isn't in, we automatically got to look towards RJ Barrett, but even more so IQ. Isaiah Quickly should Emmanuel Quickly. I call him Isaiah Quickly. Emmanuel Quickly should step up big in this spot is what I'm thinking. He typically plays well in games that Brunson are missing in as well. So I like the under. I also like the Knicks. Like I said, I took them on the money line. Moving along to the Cavs in the next game. These two teams, of course, just played the other day. They had one day off of rest in between. And what I looked at was so I think the Cavs are, just a much more superior team. You watched that game the other day. They kind of, just put their footprint on the Nets. The Nets have really, really struggled to score post All-Star break, especially when they've been at home. Total in this one opened at 218.5 last night, but now I see it at least on Wager Talk Live screen. It said opened at 220. When I capped it last night, it was 218.5. Is that 219.5? To me, I think this game goes over the total. And I know it's two slow-paced teams. I know it's two teams that typically play defense, but should be some regression. I think Brooklyn shot a little worse than anticipated the last game. And if you're going to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers throughout the season, you have had to do it from the perimeter, right? You're not going to score a lot of points with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley down there. Brooklyn has a lot of capable three-point shooters. So I think the total goes over. One thing I looked at was since the start of this season, just a season-wide trend, season-wide, league-wide trend. When two teams are playing against each other within a 3-day time span, and the road team won as a favorite, and then the line actually increases in their direction, those teams typically cover. I didn't write down what they were ACS, but those teams typically cover. So what I'm saying is that these back-to-back small series, this line opened bigger than the more recent line, because if you guys remember, the last time when these two teams played, which was on today's Thursday, so when they played on Tuesday, the Cavs were I think they were laying 2.5 in that spot. Then it went to 3. Jared Allen got ruled in, and it shot up to 3.5, and then went to 4. So with Jared Allen in, second game back, him getting a little more acclimated, to the offense and getting more comfortable. To me, I kind of talked about this last week. The Cavs are, I feel like, kind of hitting their stride at the right time of the season. They've done well in this spot. In these back-to-back spots, not so much, but they've done well post All-Star break. And we know that they're elite defensively. So Cavs -4 would be the way I would play it, and I would also play the over. But I don't really want to touch either one of them. I really don't like this game too much. Shout out to the chat. Let's see if I can go through the comments real quick, trying not to get too far behind. Appreciate you, Matt Stoney. Definitely hit the like button for me as you guys join. I said that already. What up, Garrison? Markel said, what a slate. Brian said, bro, I was at Pfizer last night watching Champagne walk out and hit that 3 that ruined the first quarter for the Bucks. Yeah, bro. I've been on a lot of bad sides like that, Brian. I don't want to get too far into it, but it's been crazy, bro. It's literally been crazy. I would have had like a really great night last night if the Bucks had cashed in the first quarter for me in both of those bets. Markel, I forget. I remember you saying that, Markel. Markel said he had him 7.5 for the plus money in the first quarter. I remember Markel saying that yesterday. Phase 514 TV says Charlotte allowing the most points to centers, allowed 15 in the past 6 games. Really like Jonas for 15 points at -160 as a parlay piece. I could not talk you off. Without Mark Williams, they are a little bit different on the defensive end. Markel said he took Magic money line earlier today. See how it goes. Coop said he likes Josh Hart rebounds and assists at 9.5, even playable at 10.5 with Brunson and Robinson potentially getting ruled out. We're sprinkling on a double-double. I could see it. Yeah, I think the Knicks are off after this game because I think it's a third game in 4 nights as well as the back-to-back. But the Knicks are one of the better, more profitable teams in the NBA playing on the second leg of a back-to-back and the third game in 4 nights in that estimation as well. So couldn't talk you off of that, Coop. This should be a game where the Knicks kind of leave it all on the floor. I think they leave it all on the floor, similarly to how Miami did last night against them, because Miami didn't have a game. Always important to check what spot these teams are in. So I couldn't talk you off of that, Coop. What up to my guy RC in the chat? What up? What up? Markel. Let's see. Cap Zach said Julius Randle double plus 115 on FanDuel. I really like this play if Mitchell Robinson's rolled out. I like it as well. Couldn't talk you off the Julius Randle double. His rebounds go up a lot without Mitchell Robinson. I know that's something that we were looking at 2 weeks ago when he was just 2 or 3 weeks ago when he was just getting a double every game. And it wasn't a small double. He was getting 14, 15, 16 rebounds. I just talked about how Orlando struggles to score the ball. So it should be a lot of rebound opportunities for him. Also probably a little frustrated after playing so poorly. Well, he didn't play too poorly, but he didn't play, I think, up to his capability last night. So I think Knicks kind of come in here and take out their frustration against this Orlando Magic team. Also like fading the Magic on the second leg of a back-to-back. So that's what I got for you guys in that one. It was also another trend that I looked at. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I got to give a shout out to this one for this one, because it wasn't something that I hadn't really quantified. But let's see. So hold on. All right, so all right, hold on here. I'm taking this long. I might as well get it right. All right, let's see. So all right. So going back to the Knicks real quick. So I looked at shout out to Ski. I know Ski not in the chat right now, but shout out to Ski. Ski mentioned this earlier when I was watching him on his Bet US show. He said that road favorites coming off a previous loss that's less rested than their opponent, facing a team that has a 45% win percentage or worse, that's also off a win where something like 65-70%. So what I did was I looked at that after the All-Star break, dating all the way back to 2017. Those teams are actually 15-0 straight up and against the spread in this spot today, and the 9-5-1 to the under. So more support for the under, more support for the Knicks in this spot. Of course, you don't like it as much if Julius Randle if Mitchell Robinson and Jalen Brunson are ruled out, but I do think it's a Knicks spot today. I know I've been backing them and they've been letting me down, but it does feel like a Knicks spot today. So let's see. Cavs have a huge rest advantage. Had a huge rest advantage that game. My guy RC said. Coop said Mikal bounced back game over his points, but really his threes went 0 for 8 last game and been attempting 8.2 threes in the last 5 games. That's what I'm talking about, Coop. I think some regression like that happens, which is why this game probably goes over. I like the over. I didn't look at Mikal Bridges, but I do think today would be a good day to bet on Mikal, just because a lot of people haven't been. When everybody hot, that's typically when everybody want to run and back the player. Then they have an off game and everybody get off of them. So one of the reasons why I like the Knicks today, because I think everybody gonna get off them now that they kind of sliding. So I like Mikal. I like the Mikal bounce back angle. Haven't heard people talking about him, nor have I really been on Twitter today. Let's see. I think all right, cool. So let me keep going because comment section still going kind of slow on my end. Let's see. I got Mitchell so Donovan Mitchell and Mikal Bridges 25 each is plus 209 on FanDuel. Fontrell says if you want to put those guys together. I actually don't think that that's a bad look. No team playing tomorrow. We know that the Cavs offense can struggle to score on the road, so Mitchell typically is the guy. I talked about his threes last game, played him personally, and they cashed. He hit 5 threes, and I talked about how bad that Brooklyn Nets defense is. So I against the 3-point line. So I couldn't talk anybody off for looking at potentially parlaying Donovan Mitchell and Mikal Bridges 25 points apiece. I'm actually gonna write that down. I think that's a solid look. Let's see. Matt Stoney said I took the full game under 2 as a hedge against the money line. I'm thinking about taking either team 1-10 win margin, since the last head-to-head in February, Knicks only won by 4. Yeah, it felt like if the Knicks win this game, it will be by a few points. So I could not talk you off of that, Matt Stoney. Could not talk you off of that at all. I think something else I failed to mention is I think these teams are 0-4 to the under in their last 4 contests. So I know that the Knicks have been giving up points, like I said earlier, but it do feel like a spot where the Knicks should bounce back by a Magic team that don't typically score a lot of points. So I like that look a lot. I'm actually gonna write that one down. That was Bridges and Mitchell to both score 25 points. Parlay, and I'm pretty sure if you take it down to 20, you might still get even odds, but plus 209 is maybe worth a sprinkle for sure. My guy RC said Barrett points or PRA without Brunson if he's confirmed out. What else? Jared Allen over 1.5 blocks. I couldn't talk you off of that. Westbrook over 31.5 PRA with PG out. So we're gonna get to that game. All right, let me keep going. So next game up is we just did 2. Next game is the Hornets and the Pelicans. I kept this one pretty simple, man. I think I looked at this game from a SDQL perspective. I also looked at it from a cleaning the glass perspective, and the Pelicans really struggle to score. They've been scoring a few more points, but it's also been against some pretty bad defenses. If you look at, let me take a look at it real quick because I had it pulled up. On the opposite side, Charlotte also continues to struggle to score. They are one of the worst offensive teams post All-Star break, and it makes sense because they don't have LaMelo, right? You see a total only open up at 225.5. It's come down to 225. I did play the under in this game. So going back to the Pelicans, they just played the Spurs. They scored 119. They played the Rockets. They scored 117. They played in Houston, only scored 112. Against the Lakers, they only scored 108. They beat the Portland Trailblazers and scored 127. Portland is bottom 5 defensive team in the league post All-Star break. We've been talking about that religiously. Also, that was the game that Damian Lillard decided to sit out. I think that was on a Sunday. Damian Lillard decided to sit out at the last minute with a sore hamstring, I think it was. So they really still kind of struggled to score the ball. And I think what I looked at was both of these teams combined. If you look at them post All-Star break, both teams combined don't average what the total. If you look at how many points they're scoring, how many points they're giving up, it doesn't come close to 225, 226. So I think it's still a little meat on the bone for the under. The Hornets are 3-0 to the under as road dogs post All-Star break without LaMelo as well. Those games are only averaging about 212 points. The Pelicans on the opposite side, they are 2-2 to the over-under as home favorites post All-Star break. Those games are averaging about 217 points. They had a bad loss where they gave up 127. Hold on, what did they give up to the Lakers? They gave up 123 to the Lakers. They also had a game where they scored 127. Those were the 2 games that went over. Those were the 2 games that went over. I don't see them scoring that many points as they did against the Portland Trailblazers. And I don't see them giving up 123 points to the Charlotte Hornet offense. So for those reasons, I do like the under. Both teams still do rank top. They still are both ranked 10th defensively post All-Star break. Pelicans need this game for playoff seeding. They just fell behind the Lakers and on the outside looking in right now. Charlotte also has a 50.7 effective field goal percentage over their last 5 games, which ranks 27th. So I see, not a lot of points in this game. Both teams neither one of these teams play really fast at all. So I like the game to go under. I played the under 225 in this game. I'm not laying that many points with the Pelicans. I don't think that they're worth that many points, but I also can't back the Charlotte Hornets because they are pretty bad and they don't really have anything to play for. So you see some of these teams start to let go of the rope. You kind of feel bad when you want to back the dog, even if you feel like they're getting too many points in this spot. So no play on the side for me, but I did take the total under 225.5 in this game. And then the last game on the board is and I don't even see my notes for this one, but the last game on the board is the Clippers. They get the Oklahoma City Thunder again. So of course everybody knows PG is ruled out. Norman Powell's also still not back. I think on OKC side they'll have pretty much a full roster. OKC has been balling. They are 8-2 straight up and against the spread in their last 10 games. You look at the Clippers, they're just 5-5 in those games. One of those games they didn't have Kawhi. He set out in the game against the Orlando Magic. Now they won't have PG for the foreseeable future. He's probably gone throughout the All-Star break. This one is more of a system play, and I talked about it in the Bet US play today. But I am on the under in this game, and it's for a lot of different reasons. First thing that I really hadn't paid any attention to is how good the Thunder are defensively. I don't even know where that came from. I swear they have been bleeding points left and right. But when I looked at them on the defensive metrics, they are, I think, the number 1 rated defensive team over the last 5 games. Fool me. But this team is really playing, really, really solid defense. The Clippers are also a top 5 defensive team as well throughout the last 5-10 games. They really figured it out defensively, since they've gotten Westbrook and Ty Lue kind of, managing, kind of separating the minutes between him and Terrence Mann and having them both play together and play off the court as well. Also, what I'm looking at for the total, this is one that's very, very similar to what I talked about yesterday, taking the Chicago Bulls and the Philadelphia 76ers game to go under. And that's, when the book set this total, when two teams play back-to-back and the book set the total lower than the first total, and the game went under in the first total. Very, very high percentage of the next game going under. I just feel like it's going to be, a defensive game. Both of these teams really need to win as well. The Clippers are not out of, potentially falling into the play-in game. I have to look at their schedule. I'm not sure. Let's see who the Clippers got coming up. The Clippers got they got the Pelicans, the Bulls, and the Grizzlies. So those will be difficult games for this team. Got to break down the situations, but they don't have the greatest schedule, coming up. A lot of difficult games in there for them. The game with the Bulls could be a potential toss-up. Going to Memphis, we know how difficult it is to win there. I think they do have the best home record straight up in the league. So it's it's going to get difficult for the Clippers. And like I said, they are not head and shoulders above anybody in the Western Conference as far as playoff seeding. So I'm saying all that to say that I do think that they come out here and put an onus on their defense. Not necessarily, trying to score the ball. Of course, you try to score the ball, but more so just kind of slow down this Thunder offense that's actually slowing down just a tad bit. I didn't notice, but the Thunder are actually, like I said, a top 5 defensive team. So everything that I kind of took into consideration just tells me that this game goes under. I played it under 232 as the Bet US play today. I also sneaky look. I also played. I played the first quarter under. The first quarter is 59.5, and I feel like if the game is going to go under, the first quarter is going to go under as well. That's a lot of points to score early in this game. I think the Clippers come out with a defensive mindset. And if you like the Clippers in this game, which a lot of my people that I kind of talk to on a daily basis when it comes to betting these games, a lot of people do like the Clippers today. So I didn't bet the Clippers, but I think that's the right side in this game. But more so, I do like the under. The Clippers win. It kind of correlates with the under in my estimation. I don't think the game goes to overtime, so we should be fine with the under. Also, on the Thunder side, they do have a game tomorrow at Crypto.com Arena against the Los Angeles Lakers. So first leg of a back-to-back for them as well. A lot of different stats, a lot of different trends to kind of support this under. So I didn't play any player props today. If I'm looking at anything, I low-key want to look at Garland. I think pivoting off of Donovan Mitchell and kind of moving towards Garland is probably in contention for today. I saw his point prop listed at 20.5. I like that a lot, but I didn't get there on any props today. So top plays of the day for me, like I said, I'm looking at just going through by game. I did play the Knicks minus nothing actually. Minus 140 on the money line is what I played the Knicks at. That was last night. Of course, like I said, don't like it as much, but the bet already in. Also lean towards the under. But this is the thing. If Brunson gets ruled in, the total will go back up. If Mitchell Robinson gets ruled in, he probably won't affect the total as much. So the total has dropped. I saw it bet all the way down to 227. Drop all the way down to 227. Now it's actually at 227 and a half is what I'm seeing right now. So I think if you like the total to go under, which I do anticipate it to go under, I gave you guys the numbers around that earlier. You may want to wait. But if Brunson's ruled out, then of course you're out back. So you kind of got just the manipulation of the injury report is, like I said, it's at an all-time high. It's crazy right now. But I did play the Knicks on the money line. Couldn't talk anybody off Knicks early. Knicks first half because they do play better in that spot. Cleveland and Brooklyn, I didn't play anything in the game, but heavy lean towards the over. Even though Cleveland is a really good defensive team, Brooklyn, I don't know, man. Brooklyn, the query that I keep looking at with the Brooklyn Nets is that they haven't won a game at home post All-Star break since the Kyrie and KD trade against a team that has a 50% win percentage or better. They've lost every single one of those games. So I lean Cavs. I lean towards the over as well. I think the Nets score a few more points. I think the Cleveland Cavaliers also score a few more points in this game. Charlotte and New Orleans, I did play the under 225 and a half in that game. Like I said, I think Charlotte struggles to score. I think the Pelicans take this game serious. They need every win that they can get. So I like this game to go under the total as well. And then OKC and the Clippers, another under 232 and a half is what I played in this game. So 1, 2, 3 plays for me. Knicks minus the 140 on the money line. Charlotte, New Orleans under 225 and a half. OKC, LAC under 232 and a half. Top 3 looks for me on the board today. If anybody got any looks that they want to share, send me a request and I'll get you guys up. I got a hard cutoff today at 6, about 6:28, because at 6:28 I am jumping in with my guy Finesse, and we're doing an MLB season preview spaces. So I'll be jumping on with him. Encourage everybody to come through if you want to kind of get filled in on everything that's going on in the MLB world right before the season gets started. I still got some homework to do myself. I'll let you guys know that, but I am kind of trying to get caught up. Just started handicapping baseball last year. Shout out to my guy RC. Shout out to Finesse. Shout out to all the great cappers that helped me kind of jump into the MLB betting world last year. So I will be doing baseball again this season. Had a lot of fun with it. Getting it up with the MLB League Pass or whatever you call it, the show, whatever it is. It was cashing last year. So we definitely gonna run it back with baseball. Let's see what I got in the chat real quick before I get to this. Before I get to the looks on the spaces. Man, Stoney says Zubac versus SGA-less Thunder. Where last game he had 13 points in only 19 minutes of action. Has Chris dropped his plays yet? Just gave him out, Tyler. I hope you heard him. I'll put him up in the banner at the bottom as well. Randall over 26.5 points. McCollum over 6.5 assists. Garland over 6.5 assists. I don't know if that's a parlay or those are straights. I hope those straights. RC said him and Munaf talked about the Pelicans first half -5 on the show this morning. I think Pelicans early could be good. Charlotte has really struggled, and it's their first game away from Charlotte in quite some time, so I can see that hitting as well. What do I think about Knicks first half? I can see Knicks first half hitting. I feel like if I don't play it, it'll probably hit. If I play it, they probably lose, because that's what I've been doing with the Knicks, is playing them first half, and they've been wetting the bed for me. Kind of like the Lakers. Everybody take the Lakers. I stay off, they win. I take the Lakers, they lose. So I'm going to stay off the Lakers because I need them to win. Won't even talk about them. Hornets defense struggling without Mark Williams. RC said that. Bill and Kuzma already ruled out tomorrow. They probably going to get smashed again. Let's see. Monte Moore's production tomorrow. Matt Stoney said he looking at that already. Yeah. Denny Abdia. Gotta look at Denny Abdia. I call him Denny. Denny Abdia. I watched that game last night against the Nuggets, and Abdia is nice, bro. Denny Abdia is nice. He got a spot in this league for sure. He can do a little bit of everything too. He like a Swiss Army knife. He remind me a little bit of Austin Reeves, but that's neither here nor there. Update on PG. Yeah, he out for a while. Kisser. Let's see. I'm trying to get through the comments. RC said he on the Clippers trifecta spot today. Clippers early and often. Jared Allen double plus a block should be around plus 110. If anybody looking for what else my guy RC is on. D Bet said he's on over 9.5 rebounds plus assists for Williams. Could not talk anybody off of that. Jalen Williams been balling, and if you know, I mean, all you gotta do is look at the line. It's only gonna be one Jalen Williams that rebounds and assists gonna be over 9.5. I think he didn't catch it like 6 of the last 7 games. Could not talk anybody off. And what else y'all on real quick? Wendell Carter Jr. 2 threes. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I like it. Okay, let me get to the request real quick. First up, give my guy Finesse up, and then Stephen, I'm coming to you. Frag, I'm coming to you. We'll see what we got left. Finesse, what's going on, bro? Can you hear me?
Yo, what's good, bro? What do you do?
I'm good, bro. How you doing today?
Chilling, bro. Chilling. Same old shit. I try to be quick. Only a couple of plays, couple of leads. Obviously a smaller slate. Let me get to my stuff. First one is gonna be Josh Giddey, over 20.5 PRA. I think we're gonna be on triple double watch, so I'm sprinkling that as well. That's plus 1,700 on FanDuel. So just a sprinkle there, but over 20.5 PRA. He's cleared this in 7 of 11, 14 of 19 road games, and 17 of his last 20 when playing 28 minutes. And in 2 of those misses, he's been right there. He finished with 28 PRA, so he's been right there. Averaging nearly 26 potential rebounds and assists over his last 5 games. Leads the team in both individual potential rebounds and potential assists in that span, converting right around 65% of his rebound chances. And I just see a ton of room for positive regression when it comes to his assists. In that same 5-game span, averaging 5.5 assists on 12.6 potential, and his adjusted assists sitting at 7.5. So definitely room to increase his assist numbers there. Expecting the floor for his RA conversion to be around 55%, which is like 14.5 RA if he gets the same potentials that he's been getting, meaning he only needs to score 15 points to cover, and he has 15 plus and 19 in his last 20 when playing 28 plus minutes. Like I said, with that being his floor, I think his ceiling, we've seen where his ceiling is, triple-double threat whenever he walks on the court. So I think if he even sniffs a triple-double, this should be an easy line of cash. Obviously, you talked about it, no PG, one of the best defenders, and somebody that can match up well with Giddey. So without PG, I think Giddey's going to see more favorable matchups against guards, against smaller guys on the court. Like you say, they just played. He came up short in that game, but the game before that versus the Clippers, he posted 36 PRA. And Giddey's been great in these kind of back-to-back situations versus the same team. His last 2 instances in those situations put up 42 PRA versus Jazz and 35 PRA versus Houston. So love him tonight. Think he's on triple-double watch. Don't mind sprinkling double-double instead. And then I think somebody in the chat talked about it, and then you kind of followed up. I'm on Mikal Bridges. I took him last time out just to give me 20 plus, and it broke my fucking heart. I know a lot of people was on his regular points line, broke their heart as well. But I'm ready to be hurt again by this man. So, and you hit it nail on the head when you said when a beat like that happens, not a lot of people, if any, are going to be paying attention to Bridges. They're going to, Bridges banned, this and that. So I think that's a perfect time to bet on somebody like that. Last game was a complete anomaly. 0-8 from 3, did not attempt a free throw the whole game. And that's despite over his last 10 games shooting 38% from 3 and averaging close to 7 free throw attempts. So I think we get more along those lines tonight. Even after that, all of those breaks and not attempted free throws, still ended with 18 points. Shot 21 times that game. I'm expecting the same elite value. He's averaging 20 shots per game over his last 10. And his overall efficiency has increased at home as of late. Same team, same gym, a day to rest in between. We talk about it all the time. I think it's just a great spot for Bridges. I think even if only on volume alone, I think he drops 25 plus. So those are 2 officials. Bridges over 23.5 points and Giddey over 28.5 PRA and sprinkled a triple-double. Couple of leans. I think, again, somebody said in the chat, Josh Hart rebounds and assists. I was locking it in at 9.5, writing it up. And then the Jalen Brunson news dropped, and he got taken off the books. I'm not seeing him listed as of like 10 minutes ago. So if it's back at 9.5, I love it. If it's at 10.5, I think it's still playable, but like it a little bit less. And then I think you also talked about it a few minutes ago as well. Jalen Williams, 15 plus points. He's been balling. He's literally legit become the second scoring option for the team. So I think he's going to get value. Cupcake matchups, it should be, whether it's Morris down low, Zubac, they're just really weak on the interior. So a guy that can score on three levels, he's not going to take that many threes, but a guy that can hurt you from the mid-range, of course, hurt you down low. So just a couple of leans there. But that's all I got for you, bro. I appreciate you.
No, absolutely, Finesse. I like that. You say what you get for Bridges points at Finesse? You said 20.5?
23.5.
23.5. Okay, I thought it was 23.5. Okay, just making sure. Okay, now I like that. But I'm probably going to end up getting there with Bridges with you too, Finesse. Like you said, it's the perfect like bounce back spot time for him. And like I said, I hadn't even looked at player props, but whoever put that in the chat just kind of made me think about him. Yeah, perfect bounce back spot. And I also didn't know he shot the ball that bad, so it should be some positive regression, for him, which is also why I like the over in the game as well. So. Yeah, see, that's what happened, man. I started getting talked on and stuff, but I'm probably going to at least get there with you with Bridges for sure, Finesse. I like that a lot. Real quick before I go back, NBA props 3-1 yesterday on the show. Gave out a lot of good looks again. He said today he's on chalk play. Jared Allen double. Couldn't talk anybody off. He used to play for the team, of course. We know that they just bleed rebounds and points to centers. Still don't have a lot of size, even though I talked about it the other day. They did just, brought in Moses Brown, but haven't got him quite acclimated to the team. So couldn't talk anybody off the Jared Allen double look as a chalk play today. Let's see. I like it. Let me go to Stephen next, and then Frag, and then Dream. What up, Steph?
Chilling. What's good, my guy?
I'm good, bro. How you doing today, man?
Hey, man, really good, bro. Great night last night in Miami. Went 4 for 5. They dragged my dog Mitchell Robinson down by the freaking chest. He was about to smack that damn plus 1,000 double.
Yes, he was. I was watching it, thinking about you, Stephen, because he had. I saw him get like 2 dunks in the first quarter. I said, "Oh, Stephen about to catch the 5.5 early."
You would not call that to a T. I'm like,
you called it.
Kevin Love was there. He just bodied him out of the. Oh man.
You called it.
Yeah, man. Another day, another dollar, bro. So I'm really obviously Brunson, Mitchell Robinson is the big thing. Whatever the outcome is, I'm taking Emmanuel Quickly's assist. They had it at 2.5, which kind of was like peculiar when I first saw it this morning. But I took it this morning at 2.5, and he's hit that number 9 of 10. Now, even if Brunson's not in there, I'm guessing they'll put it at maybe like 4.5 plus money. I still would take it. There was an article today in Yahoo about Emmanuel Quickly taking exception. So a lot of people think he's just the sixth man. He's just one of these like chuckers who just shoots threes. And he had like a really like kind of like insightful. We were talking about it's about pace, space, setting up, zones, reads. So I love his assist today. Orlando's given up the 5th most assists to point guards in the last 15 games. And in the last 10 days, they've allowed the most assists overall. So I love this number. 2 games against Orlando Quickly had 8 when Brunson wasn't there, and he had 4. Also, a little tidbit. I'm going to end up sprinkling it. It has no shot of happening. But Quickly, like, literally this exact scenario happened last year where, I think the Knicks were out there center, and Quickly was in there, got a triple-double, and the Magic. Yeah, I don't know. Just something to think about. So I'm on Quickly's assist. I'm also on Gary Harris' 3-point ladder. Lately, he's been pulling that thing at home. And
he just got rolled out, too, Stephen. Brunson just got rolled out. Mitchell Robinson. Yeah, okay. Mitchell Robinson in.
Oh, okay. Damn, that's interesting. Man, I got to take. But real quick, because I know you got to go. Gary Harris's threes on the road, he's taken about 4.5, and then the last 5 at home, he's taken 8.4. And his 3-point log is 4-1, 4, 3, 6. And if you saw that Miami game yesterday, we leave that spot in the corner wide open. And shout out to this dude who I found on Twitter. It's a great Magic beat writer. He was talking about how the Magic are actually the 5th most efficient team at shooting corner threes. And the last game where Harris made the 6 threes, 3 were from the corner. So I got the 2.5 at plus money. I want to, 1 second. I got it at plus 150. I got the 4 at 450. And the 5, because it's the Knicks, at plus 800. It's freaking Dennis Scott Day. Like, the dude's going to be shooting like 7 threes. You'll make a couple. And in my last one, I talked about those steals last night with Jimmy Butler, and he killed that. So I wanted to take his ladder because I think his 3 was like plus 400. So I'm not going to miss it this time. So I'm taking Markelle Fultz steals. I took the 2 at plus 105. Real quick, if you look at people, like, first things first, Jalen Suggs is out. So the Magic's defense actually gets worse when Jalen Suggs isn't in here. And an interesting trend, when Jalen Suggs doesn't play and Markelle Fultz is at home, his steals log is 4, 2, 3, 1, then 2. And he's playing the Knicks. And Brunson's now out. So you do the math there. Because the Knicks over the last 4 games, Butler had 4 steals, Noel had 3 steals, Conley had 2 steals, Wofford and Tybee each had 3. Like, listen, it's Gary Harris or Markelle Fultz. One of them's getting 2 or 3 steals. I'm just hoping it's Markelle Fultz, and I'm just riding with that. And that Josh Hart, R+A, excuse me. I love that look too. I think that's a great call. Every game that Jalen Brunson has to play this year, the man's grabbed 8 rebounds. So love that look. And the fact that he's, as I mentioned earlier, the Magic give up a lot of assists. You know, the last couple games, Josh Hart's had 10 potential assists in each game. So he might even be on double-double watch. So I love those looks for tonight.
Hey, that's a lot of sharp analysis, Evan. I like those looks as well. So Fultz over 1.5 steals, Gary Harris 3s. I know you always trying to find a guy that's gonna knock down those open 3-pointers in the corner against y'all drop coverage defense that Thibodeau like to play. And quickly assist probably just shot up. So if you were able to get them in early, shout out to you. But over 4.5 probably at least just went to 5.5, maybe even 6.5. So could not talk you off of any of those looks, Evan. I appreciate you sharing those, bro. Get some cash tonight, man.
I just want to say shout out to NBA Props. I followed him on that Watford play. That was a joke. To be damn had to take in 3 quarters. And I love Jalen Williams, not the L-I-N, Jalen L-E-N for the Thunder. That dude has been destroying his rebounds plus assist line. I just take it every game. Until it fails, like I'm just taking it every single game. That dude's a monster.
Yeah, I think you got to, especially if they're on just the line. Last time I caught it, I played it the other day too. I didn't give it out officially, but I played the other day. It was plus 102. So yeah, they're gonna keep it there, and he's gonna keep cashing it. Why not? Right? Make him adjust the line, especially if he's getting more acclimated. Like him and Isaiah Joe, like that, like them guys going crazy in OKC, yeah. Man. They really balling.
It's gonna be real in a couple of years. They got like a lot of dudes that can play, and they're young as hell.
Yeah, nah, for sure. I like him. I like it a lot, bro. Best of luck to you tonight, Stephen. I hope you cash these, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro.
Absolutely. Everybody that's riding with him as well. Let me go to Frag and then Dream, and then I'm gonna get Great White Bets up as well. What up, Frag?
Yo, man, what's going on, bro?
I'm good, bro. How you doing today, man?
Good, man. Can't call it, man. So 2-2 day yesterday. The 2 Kentucky boys came through. Terrible read on Luka. I don't know why. I thought he was gonna get more rebounds and assists. That was terrible. And then I'm coming out the break room and I see the Bulls is down 28-1. So shout out to the Bulls. As soon as I said a good word about them, they just, I don't know what to say about that.
It was just a little regression to the mean after all them overtime games, Fred.
Yeah, that was brutal. So it was 2-2 day, but I got a couple plays here. I'm going with Bridges, man. I like what Finesse was saying about Bridges, 23.5. I just like the odds and I just like the line as well. They was hanging like 25.5. Like minus 130s a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is just a good discount, 23.5. I mean, those hooks matter. So I like the odds as well. I think it's like minus 115 or something. I like those odds. So I'm going there. And then RC2, I like the Pelicans first quarter, first half. I think it could be a sneaky trifecta, but I'm looking to just get in and out with the Pelicans. This game, they can actually get into the 8th spot or 9th spot with this win. So, and then maybe OKC loses as well, maybe. So I like that. I think Joval could definitely eat down low against them, and I don't think Charlotte's I think they're kind of dead in the water. So on those 2 plays, and then for this Clippers game, I'm gonna go. I got a couple sneaky plays here. I'm going Marcus Morris, man, 10.5 points. I think this is too low. I think it's just, a bunch of shots to go around with PG being out. And also, I'm going to sprinkle on his first basket, man. I hadn't cashed on this before when they had a bunch of injuries. I think they're gonna win the tip with Zubac, hopefully. And Ty Lue likes to just run usually a first play for Morris. I've seen it multiple times. He'll just put him on the post and just, try to do his little fadeaway or just, try to get him going, try to get that first basket going. So I think Marcus Morris first basket's kind of sneaky at plus 900. So those are my plays.
Okay. Morris over 10.5 and sprinkle on the first basket. Pelicans first quarter, first half spread. Like them. I like them. I can see all them cashing tonight. Best of luck to you, Fred.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Dream, you are next. What's going on, Dream?
What's the vibes, man? What's the vibes?
Trying to cash, Dream. Trying to cash, bro. What you got for us today, man? What you looking at?
A few spots. I'm still waiting for a couple of lines, but I've made a few bets already, man. First bet I made, Clippers, first half, -1.5. Got it at -120. I just think it's a smack spot. I'm pretty sure a bunch of people don't talk why they think it's a smack spot, but especially the way the game ended last time they played, and then you add that to the fact that the Clippers ain't even beat these boys all year. I couldn't talk anybody off the trifecta, but I just personally did the first half because I love Russ, but I don't know, Russ could come out a little shaky, then they may have to make up for Russ when the bench come in, so that scared me off the first quarter. But yeah, I played the first half, -1.5. Matter of fact, shit, all of my plays from this company. The under, I played under 232. This is off of my boy Ski Profit. He got this system. I got it from him, so I'm assuming it's his system. Basically, when it's so these boys just played. The last time they played, the total was like 238, 237, something like that. So whenever a team plays and then they play again, and the total is adjusted, especially significantly, then if you ride with what Vegas is saying is going to happen, you just bet the under. It's like 60 to 65%. And I think it's over the last 5 or 6 years. So first, as soon as I saw that, I knew I was going to play the under. As soon as I seen it drop, I'm not worried that it dropped 5 points. I'm just going to ride that system. And then my last play, somebody kind of alluded to it, and I'm going to bet it. Zubac. So it was weird. He only played 19 minutes last game. He didn't get hurt. In the last 3 games before that, he played 34 minutes, 27, 30 minutes. In those 3 games that he played before, he mysteriously played 19 minutes. He had 24 points plus rebounds, 35 points plus rebounds, and 32 points plus rebounds. The other 2 times he played OKC, he was out for 1 game. The only other 2 times he played OKC this year, he had 24 points plus rebounds and 30 points plus rebounds. His line is at 21.5 points plus rebounds. That's what it was at last game. I'm going to bet that he's going to play more than 19 minutes tonight, and I think he's going to fly over his line. It's a great matchup for Zubac. You add to that not that they need scoring from him, but the fact that Russ will have more usage, he loves getting cheap assists to centers. That's his thing that he likes to do. So I've been playing points and rebounds lately just because I've had some terrible luck with double-doubles this year. But I can't talk you off a double-double. You can get that at +125 at DraftKings. But I played these points and rebounds over 21.5. And real quick, I'm waiting on Rozier lines. I'm thinking the line going to open at 5.5. If it opened at 5.5, I'm going to play it over. In March, he's gone over 5.5, 7 of 10 games. He's been the lead facilitator. He's the lead usage guy. And, yeah, he's trying to jack, but mostly Oubre is the one getting all the reckless shots. Terry Rozier is messing around and trying to get triple-doubles out here. So I'm just waiting for that line to drop. And Terrence Mann, too. I'm waiting for his PRA to drop. See what that is. That's what I'm on.
I like it. You said Terrence Mann as well, Adrian?
Yeah, I haven't got no line for him yet. But I'm interested to see what his line is because no PG, he's going to play more. And generally when he plays more, he picks up a bunch of, rebounds, assists, points. And he got kicked out last game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that was crazy. That was crazy that they kicked my man out for doing nothing. Yeah. Nothing.
Real quick, my only blunt money bet that I put in so far, I just think this line is off. Donovan Mitchell 6 threes and Cleveland to win is +1100 on FanDuel. Just sprinkle that. Just seems off. Donovan Mitchell can hit 6 threes any night, and I think Cleveland wins tonight. So yeah, I played that.
What was the odds on that, Jay?
+1100.
+1100. Okay. Yeah, I talked about his threes last game. I think he hit 5 last game. I know I took him at 4. It was like +120.
Last time they played, I didn't even look at that. I literally bet it because the line seemed off.
Yeah, he hit five. I know he hit 5 because I only took him at 4. I didn't even do the ladder. I just took him at 4. I think 4 was plus 120, 125 last game. So, yeah, he could definitely get back there tonight, Jane, for sure. For sure. Like it, bro.
That's what I'm on.
Okay, best of luck. Now, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Dream said he on the OKC and the LAC under 232, which I'm on as well. Zubac PRA over 21 and a half. Zubac points and rebounds over 21 and a half. Terry Rozier assists to come out at 5.5, and Donovan Mitchell 6 threes in Cleveland money line, blunt money bet. Just put a little sprinkle on it, man. Like it, Dream. Great White, first time in a while. What's going on, my guy? How you doing?
What's going on, brother?
How you doing, man?
I've been good, man. I've been good. Just enjoying being a two-time dad of 2 boys, bro. That's why I've been away for a little bit.
I love it, man. I love it. I only got 2. I got 1 though, but
Hold off on the second one, man.
I am.
All right, so let's get a business. I know you gotta wrap it up soon. I got one play today. I know people were talking about it, but I'm gonna just focus on rebounds. It's for Jared Allen. I took his over 10.5 rebounds every day. Start really up to minus 130. So I think
Great White, you breaking up, bro? Can you hear me? Yeah, you chopping up. You in the blender.
Can you hear now?
Yeah, you good now. Jared, you said Jared Allen over 10.5 rebounds.
Yeah, so Jared Allen over 10.5 rebounds. The 2 times that he's played Brooklyn so far this year, Nick Claxton, Royce O'Neal, and Mobley. They've all 3 played. Those are big rebound guys. On December 27th, he had 11. And then last game that they just recently played, Jared Allen had 14. Also, Jared Allen, his last 3 games, is averaging 13.3 rebounds. And I also looked up when Jared Allen plays 30-plus minutes. In his last 5 games that he's played 30-plus minutes, he's hit over 10.5 rebounds 4 of the last 5 times. So I think at 10.5, that number's too low. I think Jared Allen should be able to at least get 12, 13 tonight. Especially since Nick Claxton, he didn't even play 30 minutes last game. He might have been a little tired from banging down low with Mobley and Jared Allen. I know they got Moses Brown, but he's brand new to the team, so he shouldn't be making too much of a factor. But I think this prop should hit with no problem. And that's all I got for now.
I like it, bro. I like it. I think you could definitely get there as well. I know he's been crushing that line, so would not encourage anybody to play the under on that. Even though I think the game goes over, he still can get his rebounds. Cleveland is the best defensive team in the league as well, which typically leads to a lot of rebounds. So I like that look a lot. Also, they just bleed rebounds as well. Brooklyn giving up rebounds to everybody. So could not talk you off of that, Great White. Like that a lot. Last thing I want to mention real quick. And if you guys jumped in late, hit the like button for me if you don't mind. Share the show if you guys don't mind. I mentioned I'm doing the MLB preview. We'll be doing MLB this year again. Shout out to my MLB guys, everybody that wants to bet after the NBA season is over. So that's starting in 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes, at 6:30 Eastern time. Real quick, shout out to my guy NBA Prop again. He got a little parlay that he put in the YouTube comment section. He's on Kawhi 25 points, which I feel like Kawhi probably has to get 25 for them to stay in that game tonight. Even with Dort guarding them. Russell Westbrook 6 assists and Giddey 5 rebounds is a minus 109. Nice little bankroll builder. Kawhi 25 points, Russell Westbrook 6 assists, and Giddey to get 5 rebounds is a minus 109 on FanDuel. So if anybody looking for something they want to put together, I like that little same game parlay there, especially if you're gonna be up watching the game late. Official plays for me are at the bottom of the screen. Like I said, I did take the Knicks last night. You guys don't have to ride with me on that one, but I did take them on the money line, minus 140. Can't really, don't really trust them too much to be covering spreads out here in the second leg of a back-to-back, even though they have been doing well in that spot. So I just played the money line on the Knicks. Also played Charlotte and New Orleans to go under the 225 and OKC and the Clippers to go under the 232 as well. So those are my top 3 looks for the day. Like I also mentioned, I will be back in the morning to do Cast It with Chris, breaking down the 10-game card for tomorrow. I'll take a deep dive into a couple of those games that we have, a lot of players that we know going to play and not being manipulated by the injury report. So best of luck to you guys today. I will retweet the link to the spaces that I'll be jumping in with my guy Finesse in just a few seconds. Best of luck to you guys tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm out.